So I recently purchased the iQOO Z10X from Amazon and it cost me around 15,000 rupees for the 8 to 56 GB variant with card offers. In my opinion, this is the best smartphone under 15,000 currently. Let's unbox it first. So all the necessary accessories are inside the box, which is great. We get a TPU case, Type A to Type C cable, and a OK speed 44-watt charger. The phone feels quite elegant to touch with matte soft finish. We don't get a headphone jack and the fingerprint is embedded in the power button. Also, I don't see the secondary noise cancellation mic. The camera module is large and made out of glass. Removing the SIM card tray, we have a hybrid SD card slot, which is always nice to see. Let's power it on. I'll skip through the initial setup. Make sure to follow along and disable any unnecessary permissions and services. Remember that we get a 120Hz LCD display here, which I actually prefer personally due to the OLED PWM issues. On the first look after setup, the UI looks very cluttered as well as unrefined. This is definitely not on my top tier list. Let's try to fix the best we can. First, let's go into the settings and check the software and other information. So the OS is Funtouch OS 50 and it's powered by the Dimensity 7300. Let's proceed and check for any new updates. And there is one actually, so I'll just update it quickly. Alright, so let's explore the settings. In the network settings, I keep the network as 4G to save battery, as I use 90% of the time only Wi-Fi. I also disable the Wi-Fi calling as sometimes I miss calls and messages due to this. Make sure you test it out before you enable it. Also, I saw somewhere to disable the printing service, which is always running in the background. In the display settings, I keep the screen timeout at the maximum. And you can tinker with the screen colors as per your liking or creative usage. And it might be pretty odd, but I also use my phone at 60Hz as I don't prefer that much fast stimulation. In the customization settings, surprisingly we get always on display option even with the LCD display. But it only stays on for a couple of seconds, but it still looks cool. We get a lot of options to choose from. I'll explore more of these in a separate video. We can even customize the icons and its various properties, but strangely there is no support for icon packs, which is quite shocking. We have Material U icon colors, but there are a lot of missing icons, which kind of breaks the whole experience. In the home settings, make sure to enable the swipe down for notifications instead of the annoying global search. On the iQOO Z10X, we get a unique dynamic light at the back. Firstly, change the light active period to all day. We can enable it for calls, notifications, music, and also use it as a battery charging indicator. A nice aesthetic touch. In the notification settings, make sure to enable the battery percentage. We can also customize the battery indicator style. Now in the sound settings, make sure to set the right volume for ringing and notifications. The speakers are loud but mostly on the treble and vocal side. In the battery settings, we have battery protect feature to limit the battery to 70, 80, 90 or 100%. However, sometimes it may still charge to 100% to calibrate itself. Also out of habit, I always disable the RAM expansion option to free storage space. And in my opinion, 8GB RAM is quite enough. You may want to enable it if you have the 6GB variant. On the home screen, you can tap and hold and then select the icons and then move all of them around or even remove them together. Also make sure to uninstall some third-party apps like Facebook and LinkedIn. Also to remove this games folder, touch and hold, open the settings, uncheck the permissions, and disable all the options that you see. Make sure to also opt out of this set as a default option. Now our app drawer looks much cleaner. Now we can add some nice widgets like this clock one and this weather one. So the quick settings isn't my favorite looking, but the background blur looks nice. Also, only the first two toggles are enlarged for quick access. Now quickly looking at the 50 megapixel main camera, the interface is nice with good sound effects for focus and shutter. The quality is definitely better than what I was expecting. So that was just the first impression and setup. I will be coming with more videos on this device. So make sure to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.